Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a continuation of an old series that we had, IELTS. Okay, our previous IELTS we had 4 to 5. Now this time we're having 6.5 to 7.5. Okay, I'm planning on making a lesson for each of the bands, so we're advancing. And I do hope that this will help you in some way, improving your English, allowing you to travel abroad, and doing all that incredible stuff. So, for Unit 1, Higher Qualifications, we're starting off with explaining personal qualities, all right? And then we're going to match the words with the image. So, we're working with definition, comprehension, and combination. All right, our first exercise is explaining what it means to have these qualities and what are the qualities that we're working with. Let's go through them one by one. An eye for detail, okay? Detail, creativity, an inquiring mind, the ability to work in a team. Now let me just erase these little things right here. Vision, right? Vision, an outgoing personality, good communication skills, and management skills. Now, let's say that you're talking to someone and they say, that person has an eye for detail. What does that mean to you? Well, for someone to have an eye for detail, they pay attention, they look at the small things and they don't rush. They try to make every little things as perfect and as good as they can. So that is an eye for detail, okay? Small things. Next up, creativity. Now, this is a common word that you probably have encountered a lot. Creativity is the ability to create, okay? So we're talking art, we're talking music, we're talking singing. For a person to be creative, they would be open-minded, they would be, artistic. So that is what we mean by creativity. Next up, an inquiring mind. An inquiring mind. Now, inquiring may be a new word that you haven't encountered yet. Inquiring means to ask. So if you see something you don't know, you inquire or you want to ask, you want to find out. So that person have a curious mind. They want to learn. They want to improve. Okay, inquiring. Now, inquiring is also similar to the word inquiring. Now, inquiring is to ask. Enquiring is a personality trait. It's a descriptive term, okay? That's the difference between the two. Now, the ability to work in a team. The key word here is team. So what do you think of when you think of team? Well, you would have pictures of people just working together, doing something together. So the ability to work in a team is for you to be cooperative, right? For you to want to communicate, for you to compromise, for you to be able to get along with people, understand them, and be able to tell them what you want and what you need. Okay, let's move on to the next one, vision. Now, this is quite self-explanatory. Vision, it's the same with, vision, the ability to see. But what does vision mean aside from being able to see? Well, vision basically means that you can see things for what they are. You can see things short term and long term, mainly long term, okay? When someone says they have a vision, it means that they can see something that they can do long term, all right? Next up, outgoing personality. What does it mean to be outgoing? Okay? Outgoing, just like the word suggests, means someone who talks a lot, who's comfortable to express themselves. They like to make friends. They like to see people. They like to be around people. They are not shy, okay? Shy, timid, quiet is the antonym of an outgoing personality. Next up, good communication skill. Communication, communicate, okay? When you have good communication skills, that means that you are good at what? Communicating, but what's the main way of communicating? Talking, right? You can talk to people well, you know what they want, and you can express yourself. You can tell them what you want, and they would understand very easily. Okay, so there's no drama, there's no anger, there's no misunderstanding. That is what it means to have a good communication skills. Last but not least, management skills. Management, to manage, all right? To manage what? To manage a business, to manage paperwork, to manage people. So when you think of that, management skills would tie into business, right? Business, sales, all that good stuff. So to have good management skills is to know how to organize yourself, how to know what to do, where to do, when to do, and how to do it. Okay? Let's move on to the next part. Now that I'm done explaining the basic definition of what it means to have these qualities. Now, once you understand, you're able to explain these in your own words and how you understand them. Okay, let's move on to the next part of the lesson, which is matching the given qualities that we've just learned about to the photos. All right, so let's work with number 1, I for detail. I for detail. In which of these pictures do you think we need I for detail? Well, if you are a scientist and you're working with chemicals and all of these viruses and bacteria, they are quite small things, so you would need an I for detail, okay? I for detail. Now, what else do you need to be a scientist? Well, to be a scientist is to want to explore the world. You want to know more about the world, okay? So what you would need to have is what? Curiosity. You would need to have an inquiring mind. So I'm going to put number 3 here. 1 and 3 for the first picture, okay? Now, next up, we have, well, this might look like a teacher. It's just, this could also be a person that's explaining something in business or in a conference or in a meeting. Now, if you were in that position, what would you need to be able to do this successfully? Well, you would need to, able to talk to people, that you can, happy to be around people and you can interact with them. So you would need an outgoing personality. Okay, number 6. What else do you need? You're talking to them, so you would need good communication skills. All right, so you need number 7, good communication skills. And what's the last thing that you need when you're working with a group of people and you're doing paperwork and like sales and all that stuff? Well, management skills. You need to be able to manage your time, your resources, the people around you. Okay, so 6, 7, and 8. Next up, this person is digging up something. They also look like a scientist. They're digging something out from the earth to be able to study it. So what would you need to do to be, what's called as an archaeologist? What do you need? Well, you would need eye for detail, okay? Because you're digging around and like the object may be small, it may be hidden somewhere within the dirt. So you do need to have a good eye, good attention to small things to do this work. What else do you need as a scientist? What else? Well, you need to have an inquiring mind, okay? Number 3, an inquiring mind. Because you're exploring and you want to know what's going on. Down here, a bunch of businessmen talking to each other. So what does this tell you? They're working in a team. He's working with a lot of people. They're working in a team for some business stuff. So what you would need, number 4, the ability to work in a team. You're also talking to people, and you're also dealing with people, managing people. So you'd need a good communication skill and management skill. 4, 7, and 8. Okay, let's move on to this. This person is creating a house. They're an architect. Okay, they're making architecture. What do you need to make architecture? You would need, first of all, eye for detail. See, there's a lot of small points in the image there. There's a lot of small things that you need to pay attention to. So you need eye for detail. And what else? What is this person creating? They're drawing. So what do you need when it comes to art? What do you think of? Creativity. Okay, creativity. And then lastly, to be able to imagine something that doesn't exist yet, to be able to see something long term. What do we need? We need vision. Okay, we need vision. Number 5, last but not least, she's a lawyer and she's talking in a court. She's talking to a bunch of jury for a crime. Now, what do you need to be able to talk to people, to interact with people? This is not a business setting, so we're not talking management, okay? This is not business. It's mainly just talking, trying to change their mind, not managing them like workers. So what does she need to do this job being a lawyer? Well, she would need an outgoing personality. Can't really talk to people if you're too shy and you won't talk to them, okay? So 6. And if talking, what does that remind you? It reminds you of communication, right? So you need good communication skills. 6 and 7. Now, so those are the examples of the circumstances and the situations that you may need the abilities to do well in. Okay, so that is it for our lesson today. It's quite wordy, I do understand that. For future lessons, we're talking more practices, we're talking more exercises, okay? So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I do hope that you learned something new. And our next lesson, we're going to be looking at filling forms, listening, comprehension, and all that good stuff, okay? So thank you. Learn today, better tomorrow. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye.